What's up guys, and welcome to another video here on Abster TCG. So for today's video we are back into the arena again, into the fighting pit here, the ranked queue. We are going to play EB03 Nami in the Eastern ranked queue. I've been trying this deck a lot with the support. As you all know, I like to play the BY Nami, the IKEA Nami. And I have to tell you that this new Nami and this new Robin is broken together with the new event. So what the Nami does is give up to one rested on card to your leader. Then if your opponent has 3 or more life cards, your opponent adds 1 card from the top of the life to their hand, which is an incredibly strong effect. You get to put it on a leader, and you also get to draw a card by leader effect if your opponent takes the life from it. And then on KO you may turn 1 card from the top of your life face up, play 1 character with 6000 power or less from your hand. So from there you can, for example, play Marco, you can play the Kikonuji, you can play another Nami, you could play a Pudding. You could technically even Zeus and Nojiko, but most likely you are going to play one of these 4/6 bodies. And also, like, it's a 5/6, which is the greatest stats for this deck, but it has an incredibly powerful on KO effect, so it makes it so that your opponent most likely rather swing face than into this Nami. And then for next card we play 4 of the Nico Robin. On play you may trash 1 card from the top of your life. If your leader has the Straw Hat type, add 2 cards from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. And this is also like an incredibly strong effect. It is essentially Kuma, but you don't have to discard a card. And it's a 7/8 instead of a 6/7. So I think these stats are slightly better. There's still some arguments for Kuma, I guess, but I've been really liking this card because also of the other effect. It says, opponent's turn on KO, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent. So this effect works exactly like Reject is the card call. I had to go really back in the memories. Who said if your opponent has 1 life, I think it is deal 1 damage to your opponent. So this card essentially does the same, but it doesn't have the 1 life restriction. It can always deal 1 damage. And the cool thing is that if your opponent is at 0 life and decides to kill this Robin, they are actually going to lose the game because it deals a damage instead of your opponent, for example, adding a card. So incredibly strong for Nami. And then we play 4 of the new Searcher. Will you be my servant? If your leader is Nami, look at the top 4 card of your deck, reveal up to 1, 2 to 8 cost and add it to your hand. Like, this card is also custom, like incredibly strong. It finds almost everything except the flame splits and the force, gain to force, and the new gate, of course. Yeah, so this is the list. Let's quit the yapping, like, subscribe, and let's get into the games. Okay, so we have a Emu here, and I've been playing this matchup some, and I don't feel like it's as bad as it was before because you get a lot of new tools. I even think like it's really winnable, but I have to test it more before I say if it's favored or not. I've seen like people put up good results against it with Nami, so that's nice to see, and we are going first. So I'm going to mulligan this hand. We are mainly looking for this 5-drop here in the Nami. I think it's the best card in the deck now, especially paired with the Kiko. It's really hard for Emu to like kill it because it will spawn something that we can keep further pressure with. And also let's just put the sound off. It's playing the Shaldria, and also we had the Flame Splits or Blaze Slice in the hand. I don't know what's different name on the sim, which is really good later on to tap the workerish, so we are being able to push cards out of hand when we are going face later on. Okay, so we are going to play the At Your Service and take the Shaldria, and we pop the Shaldria to draw one. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna do the Nami Classic here, swing 8. The good thing is that there's no Don open either. That means that there can't be a Never Existed, so we will most likely get this damage in. Otherwise we take 2 cards, which I'm also fine with. And the thing to keep in mind with this Nami is that your opponent needs to have 3 lives or more if he wants to deal damage. I think the card is good like tempo wise in a lot of spots, but yeah, just so you know where you're playing. So you're actually going to pitch the Nojiko here just to stay at 4, because once Emu gets later on, it's really easy for the Emu to kill you in like 2 turns if you are too low on life, or maybe in 1 turn if they get to untap with a lot of bodies here. And also Nojiko is not that great in this matchup because, like, yeah, none of the bodies can't really be touched by it, so it's only like the Charlos that is a target, or if the opponent sees like a bad hand and can't fill it up. But either way, I don't know if it's super worth to bounce one of the 5 drops on curve if it's not the Workery, because you don't really care about the 5k bodies until they start to become 7k, and they're probably gonna be that either way, like with the 10 drop later on. Okay, so we're going to play the Nami here. Give it on to leader, opponent takes 1. Okay, we see a Marco. Marco is also a decent card because it amounts to something. And then we're gonna swing a 6 here. We will probably get a 2k out of hand, yeah, and then we'll pass. So why this card is so good now also is because if our opponent would decide to play Mars on us, that means that we are going to spawn something with it. So Emu can't really slow down the tempo of Nami. So our objective is just to try to like keep tempo on board and like go phase. And the bodies like Nami especially is really good at yeah, as I said, at staying at board. And also the Robin card is insanely broken into Emu, because that's also a card that Emu don't want to kill. So that means that the more of these bodies you can stack up, the more swings you can do. For example, here we are the main characters, and of course we're gonna draw the Robin. So we'll go 5-6 and just play the Robin. There's no reason to start with it, because even if we see our draw with the Robin, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we are going to play the Equilibrium. That's fine. We get a vent, then we're gonna use this. We're gonna heal 1, get a draw. We find Shoju. Preferably we would like to get it out a little bit earlier, but I think this is fine. And this is what I said, like this can be annoying if there will be like a what is it called, the Jupiter coming out, but I think now in this spot it's more fine. Now we will have to take probably 2 hits here. Maybe we counter out of one of these hits too if they decide to swing. So I think we take 1 and we counter out to 1, so we can be at the cards in hand to actually get a swing. And we also find the Nojiko, which is nice, because then we can bounce the Charlos, and then we can push harder with our board there. So the 5 here, or maybe we pitch the Nojiko. I think we could, but I think it's just better to pitch the baby 5 here, so we can Nojiko the Charlos this turn and start to push them. We have seen 1 Never Existed and 2 Baldman events. Okay, we're going to see another Charlos. Yeah, 2 don't open. The thinking, maybe we try to resolve this first. We could find something nice. Okay, we could take the Kiku here, but I don't like Kiku in this spot. We could also go for a double flame split on the Charloses and go face, because there's most likely gonna be a 10 drop next turn, right? So I think we are going to double flame split this turn and try to push as much as possible, because sooner or later we'll have to get the events, right? And then we give these no value for later on. So I think we're gonna take the Zeus, and then we're gonna flame split, boost the leader, tap the Charlos. We're gonna do another flame split, boost the leader, tap the Charlos, and now I have to think how we're gonna swing. So most likely we're gonna go for double 7 and then A9 with the Robin, and then we are going to play the Kiko Nuju. There's some arguments to play the Marku too, because if we draw, then we can draw into cards like the Nico Robin, but we will see here. Gonna swing a 7 to life. Oh yeah, we are going to actually swing an 8. We should have swung an 8 with this, because I think we wanted on under leader this turn, yeah. So we should definitely swing an 8. I don't think it would have mattered in this case, because there was 2 Never Existed and 1 on a 7. Yeah, so then we're just going to play a Marco here. So no value from the Charloses if we want to 10 drop now. And yeah, have to either play the Jupiter, miss the 10 drop. Okay, swings on the Nami, that is fine. We flip the top, play the Kiku. So Kiku are going to give us a guaranteed heal when it's popped by the Mars, or we're gonna draw with the Marcos. We are going to keep all this on board at least. And I think for the Emu player here, there's an argument actually to yeah, I'm just gonna pitch the Nojiko. There's actually an argument maybe to not play the 10 drop and just invest it on to swing to get value of the Charloses. And also there's an argument to kill the Robin, because we are at 2 lives, so we are not in immediate threats of danger here. So now for our side, we are looking for some answers. Okay, so we are going to get a 7k to life. We're going to take this one, and then we are going to counter out of this if this decides to swing a 7. And I would assume that we are going to see a retirement tome here coming down the next turn, so I'm going to pitch the EB05 as it doesn't do that much. In this pot here, these 2Ks have effects at least. Yes, we are going to see the old boys, and we are going to play them all. I'm considering to take the block with the Marco here, but I think maybe we should not. Maybe it will get popped either way, but I feel like, yeah, it's probably up. Maybe the Kiku, because that's one card less to our hand, but we could decide to block. Yeah, okay, we are going to pop the Marco. So on the 7k swing here, I think we are going to pitch a 2k. Okay, we draw Nami. Nami doesn't do anything here. We usually just want it on curve into 5 life leaders. It's more plausible to be able to play multiples on a turn. Maybe we just play it for tempo. But we're gonna take the search first. We find a Robin. That's beautiful. And so we are going to... Okay, so we start with a 6. I think we swing face here, because our objective is to go face, and I don't think we can die next turn. Wait, okay, we're going to see the block with the Workery, which means we're going to go another 7 to life. Yeah, we definitely can't die if we stick another Robin to board. Okay, we will see a Never Existed. Go for another 8, probably going to get the Mars block. Yeah, that's fine, because we take out resources from board, we also get to draw, and then we pass. So yeah, as I said, I think as the Emu here, I think the Robin should be a target, because taking 1 life here doesn't matter, because we are at 2, and I think that could put the Emu on other tempo. Yeah, so I really like this from the Emu, because if there's another 10 drop, it still will be really hard for us to interact. So we're going to pitch and counter here. I think we want to get full value of the leader, so probably... Yeah, probably are going to see a 10 drop here. Okay, swing 7. I think you can take this one. Maybe we should have countered, but... Yeah, another one. Okay, we are going to play all of them. How many red beams have we seen? I think we have seen all of them, right? Yeah, we have seen all of them. Kind of unfortunate. And the other event we have seen 2. I've seen 2 to 3. Okay, so that's a brick in hand. That's good to know. Okay, we get again a life up to 4, and then yeah, the Ethan Baron is going to swing. We will take the most broken card in the game, and 2 open. We know. No, wait, we did this. Did we search with it? Oh, maybe we. Yeah, we trashed it to pop. Okay, yeah. So we have the Marco. I like Marco a lot here. So I think we start with a 9 face with the Robin. Yeah, we will take the Workery block. And then, is there a way we swing 8-8? Yeah, I like the 8-8 here, because as we have seen all the Never Existed, so that means that we take 2 cards out of hand if it's gonna be the event. So then we swing another 8. Yeah, we get the Mars. Play the Marco, we pass. The only slight problem now is that this Robin is still a target, even though we go down to 0, then we just need an unblockable event, because most likely we're not going to die. Can we take this one? So we could put 1 there, and then we can put 3, 3, 3, which means that we could swing 10 a couple of times, so we should be able to defend it. Yeah, definitely with the Marco here, so I'm going to take this one. Maybe we're going to take all of them and just try to push next turn, but pushing for 2 blockers is hard, but I think we want to try to... Oh shit, yeah, red, okay, doesn't matter. And now we have a brick at least to pitch, because I don't think we can go for another turn, because there will be another 10 drop. I think it's the last 10 drop too. So if we take this one, it could die, so I think now it's time to defend, because we can pitch a brick in our hand that doesn't do anything. My question now is if the Kiku is going to get killed. Okay, so we are hard playing a Saturn. Maybe the last 10 drop is in life. That could be the case. So 8 life left. Yeah, if the last 10 drop is in life, I think we win from this spot, because we can only play 1 blocker, maybe a Charlos too, but we have seen two Charloses, and I think there are only 2 in the deck. or something. I don't know. Okay, swings on the Kiku. What did we take? We took Mars, so we could Mars pop this one. So I think we're going to block in 2k, because I believe that the next turn should be the last. And Mars has to get rid of 2 cards. Then we have 3 swings, so we can split it up. And yeah, so probably Mars here. So the last 10 drop is here. If there's a 10 drop here now, then this turn seemed a little bit questionable from the Emu player. But yeah, we will see how it all pans out. And also, guys, I hope you all been having a great OP13. As I stated, I've been a little bit gassed out of the game. I haven't been enjoying the format that much. Now I heard from a lot of people I talked to that the format is good, and maybe I should give it a second chance. But I feel like I'm recharging my batteries for OP14/EB is the best way for me to go. And also I've been enjoying Riftbound a lot too. Yeah. So I'm testing it a lot now. Okay, so if the last 10 drop is here, is there a case when we actually decide to go board here instead? I think there could be actually. Maybe we start with a 8 to life. How many Ethan Barons have we seen? Because that's like the card that... Okay, there's one left in rotation. So there's one left in deck. Because you see one here. Maybe we go 9. We could go 9. 9. Okay, now we could go double 10 here. I think we start with a 10 with leader and try to consider what happens next. Okay, takes the block, yeah, because if we did the read and this was the 10 drop, then this should be lethal here. Yeah, okay, so it was the 10 drop. So GG's, let's get to the next game. Okay, so we have another Emu here. It's a Emu day. And I think maybe I want to keep taking first. But I think I'm gonna try going second just to block Emu from the curve. I wanna get the feeling of how it goes from there. And I think we're gonna like hard move for the 5 drop Nami in this matchup. Because the card is so great, because we will have a body that always like will produce something else. So we take the search. Yeah, I think we take the Robin. I think Robin and the new Nami are like game breakers in this matchup particularly. Okay, so we have no Nami yet, but I think we take the Hiyuari because next turn might want to draw. So the 5k swing here. I think we take this one because we are going to play a 4-drop and swing next turn. I think there's also a argument to just straight up pudding here, but I don't think it now when the Charlos hit the board. Because we are going to cycle. Okay, we found the Nami, so we're just going to go 5 to lead, and then... Oh shit, I should have played the Marco first. Okay, opponent's gonna guard either way, which I'm fine with. So we play the Marco. I'm a little bit scared. Oh wait, never mind. Mars is next turn. So we are going to get a hit in with the Marco. So we are going to go double 6. Okay, swings like that. I think we will drop a 2k on that. I think that the Hiyuari is better because we could stack a Kiku. Yeah, so we are going to start with a 6k swing here with our Nami. Maybe our opponent defends. Okay, going to defend. So this Emu likes to defend a little bit more than the other one we played just before. We're gonna swing another 6. Okay, really going for the defensive strategy. Maybe we should have played this first to be able to swing a7. I was not thinking of the Dawn, but we have another Nami for next turn, so then we might have been able to get the Charlos. And we should maybe have thought about a little bit more about that. We should have thrown the pudding to keep the Nojiko, so we get the Nojiko with the Charlos back next turn. So there's no free block to be seen. Okay, we're going to play the Shira. I'm not quite certain if I like the Shira play here from our opponent, because it's... I mean, it's good to take a card from us, but we are losing a 2k from our hand that can be really used later on. Okay, so we swing at 8. Yeah, I think we 2k 1k, because all I want to do is like keep putting pressure at this spot, I think. So we have the option to Robin now. Okay, so we're gonna pop it with Mars. So we either Nami here, or we Robin. I think it's just better to Nami. Oh wait, we could Nugget next turn. So yes, I think we are going to Robin. So first we're going to swing a 6 on the Shira, because it's 6 cards. Yeah, because we are going to get a draw, so that means that Shira is going to get additional value if we do this. And then we go a 6k here. Maybe we get a block of some sort, because this Emo has been playing really defensive. Okay, yeah, so we are turtling up as the Emu player here, which is okay. But I feel like maybe we want to take like one hit, get some more cards. Because like the bodies that are developed doesn't really do anything against us. Yeah, let's pitch the red rock here. Okay, going to swing on the Nami. I'm not going to defend it, just get a Kiku for free. Then we're going to go 7. We have a baby 5 here, so I think we just take the draw. Okay, going to play a Workery, pop the Saturn and pass. Okay, so yeah, I think we just play Daddy 10 here. And then we swing. Yeah, so I think we discard the Marco. I don't think we're going to use it. And then we can swing 7. I think we just ignore the Ethan Baron here. I mean, it could take out some things, but I think pushing face is just the right thing to do. Just go double 8s here. Okay, we get Mars. Okay, so 10 drop is going to get out now. And we don't really care if any of these bodies go. Like, we'd rather have them board right, but... okay, we're swinging on the Robin here. Interesting. Yeah, I think we could make our opponent waste more resources to swing on it. Because now we will see 10 drop. And then we could take a free block with the new gate, and then we take a swing on it. Sadly we don't have another Robin, but we have... Okay, yeah, gonna pop it, this one. Yeah, going to swing with the Ethan Baron. Yeah, we just take the free block here, and this one, it all depends. Okay, swings are 8. We could 2-1-1 to keep it alive. 2-1-1-1. That's actually greedy to do, but I think we actually want to keep the Robin in rotation. I'm going to try it at least. Because we already know threats of lethal here. If I read this game correctly. So our goal now is to get a hit in. Do we swing with the new gate? It all depends. Yeah, we get the block there. I think we swing with the new gate here, because a lot of resources has to go into killing it. And then we pass it. Yeah, so now our goal is just put our opponent to 0. Can flame split next turn to try to push even more. Now we let the Robin go. Opponent takes a life. And yeah, I think the new gate is going to live another day. So this one here we could lead for free. I think I was gonna throw the Kiku. This one here we could take. Now we throw the young girl, because we could Nojiku a Charlos potentially. Here comes the retirement home again. And there's... How much? Wait, we could actually all in on the new gate here with the Ethan Baron, but yeah, that's a little bit risky, but yeah, maybe we should have thought about that, but I don't think we had a way to defend it. So I guess this turn we just flame split and go face. Yeah, I think we have to do that. So we flame split the Workery, and then we split the Dawn. Maybe we keep one open so we can flame split on opponent's attack after, and then we get more Dawn to swing with, because we get to tap the Workery. So how much could you potentially... So you put 2 here, which means we can go for 11 twice. I mean, that's a good number. Yeah, I'm gonna 11 twice. That will take a lot of cards out of hand. And then we get to keep the split up. We could consider a 12k too, depending on... But yeah, leader, flame split. Okay, we get the block. Maybe we just put everything. Could we die? No. Wait, no, we don't put everything, we just go 11. It will take, I think it will take like, it's event 2k or event 2k 1k in this spot. So I think it's like the same. Now we will see. We have another flame split. I mean, the goal is, of course, probably to get the Robin kill there, because then we can try to go for lethal with this. Do we take this hit? I think we can. Baby 5 is good. Could we take this hit too? I think so. Because I'm looking for a brick to throw because we want all the other cards in this hand. So we do this and then we throw 1k. And to this we throw another 1k. Cracks the Saturn. It all depends how many events are in hand, right? Because we'll maximum swing a 13. But we'll see if the Robin goes. Maybe it will, because there's 2 blockers up, so maybe it will save. Stakes never existed, we don't like to see that. The Radical Beam. Okay, swings a 9 to lead, which means that this is going to go lead 2 most likely. So we just take this and we take this, trying to get. Okay, no. Okay, gets at your service, take it 2k. We don't really like that, so we're just going to try to go for the 13k lethal here. Probably not gonna hit because of the Radical Beam. Okay, double Radical Beam into the Jupiter. So then we can just concede. Okay, so 2. Okay, never mind. We were never winning this game. So let's get to the next game. Okay, so we have another Emu here, and I think, yeah, we are really looking to get the Nami into the Robin curve. So we actually have like both of the pieces now, which is. But yeah, I think this is your best card in this matchup. As I said before, you really need to hit it on curve and like probably hard mulligan for it and like try to get these 2 together because they are so sticky and we'll like keep pushing the Emu of resources. Okay, so we are going to pitch. Okay, we play Stussy in this list. I think a lot of people have cut the Stussy because, as I figured, it's really not needed in the deck anymore. Or not anymore, but there's better options. We're gonna take the service. Okay. Pitch the Nozjuro. And then we're probably gonna. Okay, we're not cracking the Shalria. Wait, maybe we did discard it and drew into the Shalria. Okay. Could take another Nami, but I think we take a Marco here. And then we just go for a 7k swing. Hopefully this is a hit. Because then we are, I think, really ahead in this game. And not keeping any dons up is a blessing for us too, because that means that we can't just put 1 card out to do this. Now we are guaranteed getting 2 hits, then we are going to get value by a Robin being able to swing. So we are really looking to rush him down as fast as possible so that the Robin is not in any dangers of taking hits. Because I've seen, like when playing this matchup, that the Emu is going to swing on the Robin if still has life, because that means that can't die to it, and mostly it's still really hard to kill Emu through 0 cards in hand, or like through with 0 life, because there's so many like events and stuff. Yeah, so we release Nami here, take the draw, swing a 6k. Yeah, we get the event, so that's 1 out of like 8, like 7 maybe. I'm not really up to date on like exactly how the lists are looking, so we'll see a Mars here. Hopefully we are going to trash the pop, yeah, because we're just going to spawn a Kiku. If we had Pudding, we could also have went for Pudding to spawn, but yeah, I think we're just gonna spawn the Kiku. And in this spot here we have a Pudding here. I think we can, no, I think we're going to pitch the Kiku. So I think we want to defend this turn, because we are going to play the Robin, and then we won't have any Don or leader, so we want to keep some up. So this turn we are going to probably either get 2 cards, or we are going to get like blocking 1 card, or maybe a life, but I think that's really a stretch in this spot here. Okay, pitch that one, so we'll go 6k. Yeah, and then we play this, gain 2 life, and then we pass. Then now we don't really have a play for next turn, sadly. We most likely want to get the Rob. Oh wait, now we don't have the Pudding anymore. I think that's fine. Okay, now we have a play in the Marco. The guys will be protected, so we have no way of getting value by the Red Rock. But yeah, so the Mars won't swing this turn, so I guess we could take the Emu hit 2, play the Marco, and then try to push. If there's a Workery coming out too, then like if it's like a Saturn Worker here with 3 Don, we could tap it and then push him to 0, which I really like. because then, as I said, then our Robins are protected, and we'll get at least like a card or two each turn, either a block or a card. Okay, so we'll swing 7, we take no trigger, but we get a Nojiko. Okay, we see a worker here. Yeah, so I think we're going to tap the worker this turn, because okay, so we will see a swing here, which is really nice. So that means that we are probably going to be able to push through. Okay, so we do this. We have another Robin here in hand. Huh. We could Robin too, but it seems like it's valuable to try to get through. So this, if we get this hit in, if we get the never existed, so I have to contemplate here if we... No, I think it's just better to go for a 8, a 9, and just play the Marco, because most likely this will hit, and then this will most likely hit 2. Yeah, then we kiss Marco and then pass. And now we are in a really nice position, in my opinion, because this can't be killed. There is no Jupiter on board, so it's really hard for Emu to push us here. So we are most likely going only to take 1 damage. Or we could like maybe defend it completely. Okay, so we're going to play the Shalia, take a never existed. We are most likely going to cycle it. And then we are going to play the 10 drop with our stage. Okay, swings a 7k to lead. Yeah, we will defend this, because we want to trigger leader ability now, so these can't give any value. Yeah, we'll see the 10 drop here. I might even be the pass, but I don't... Yeah, might pass here with 10 drop up to use it for next turn if we have enough events, because we have 2 blockers on board. Now we saw that we pitched the red rock, which doesn't put it in any danger. So it might actually just be the tempo 10, like play another worker here and try to cash out on a turn. But that means that we could play another Robin and just pass, not give any value to the blockers. And then we will stay in this dance, because no Jupiter is on board either. And then like try to build our board for like a big push later on. Okay, no, so we're going to swing with the Saturn. Yeah, we'll defend this one. And now 2 cards, 2 blocks. Yeah, I think we are not going to swing to give value to the blockers. Because as long as Jupiter has not hit the board, I don't think we are in any danger. And is there a Jupiter in... Okay, there's a Jupiter in trash. So if we decide to Elder here, I might actually be the best play to just pop the Elder, but it's definitely an interesting angle. But if it's Elder, then there's only this amount of dons up, which means that we could swing like a 6k with Akiko. If the worker blocks, then we can split the don for a kill, I think. Okay, so we find the flame split here too. Yes, we should be able to have lethal here. So the question is now, I think we start with the 9 here, trying to force the Mars block. Okay, never existed. And probably a 1k. Is there like 2 never exist? Oh, 2k. Okay, yeah, then we can really punish. This one is a 7, so we can swing a 9k here. And also I think swinging here is fine, because we haven't given any value to the Mars now. Okay, so we will go 8k here. If you see the Mars block, then we are just going to swing with Marco. Because I don't see us dying next turn. Yeah, and then we take the game. So this was it for this video, guys. I guess it was like an Emu episode, but I think this matchup is a little bit rough. If Emu sees everything, like Emu is obviously a broken deck, but I still think if you hit your curve and like, yeah, see your pieces to combat Emu, I think you are in an advantage. But generally I think it's slightly favored to Emu, just because Emu is so consistent, and the games Emu doesn't get to like play the broken game plan. That's probably a low roll for the Emu. But I am really excited for Nami for EB, and I would imagine we're probably getting a ban list sometime, and maybe gonna hit this deck a little bit to give the other decks a fighting chance. But I still think that Emu is a cool deck, and I kind of want it in the format, but I just feel like keeping Radwimps up with stage are like too broken. And I would like to play like a variety of One Piece, especially when it comes to content, you know. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next one.